Welcome back to part two of Codex After Dark. My name is Tim. The guy next to me is J Dubs. Down below is Archduke Kevy, and right next to him is Sal, the Slab Guy. We are going to get started with breaking the code here in about a minute or two, and we are at the MCU Phase 3 rankings. I wasn't available for Phase 2, and that was a travesty.
No,
So
I think it was right spot on.
I
And tonight's
don't
gonna be
know
spot
about
on
that.
too.
I don't know. We're gonna
with
have
the,
some contention here tonight.
Controversy. It sells.
with the amount of number with 11, I think there's going to be a little bit more contention than there was for phase two.
We will see how it goes. It's going to be a good episode tonight, ladies and gentlemen, because we are getting into the meat and potatoes of the MCU Phase 3. So stick around for that. As always, guys, we are ready to go. We've got business as usual. If you didn't catch us during the comics polls and hauls of the week, you missed an awesome episode. So definitely go take a look at that after you're done watching us here. And as always, we are on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station. That's where you can find us. Favorite social media platforms and favorite live streaming platform, especially our new one. Jamie, what would that be?
We are live on Kick Streaming. So if you guys have a chance, go follow us and tell us what you think.
Absolutely, 110%. We also got that website, thecodexstation.com, for all your Codex needs. Head over there to get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Awesome stuff is always happening on that website. New bios are coming, new merch is on the way, and so much more. All your Codex needs all in one place. Kevin, why are you dressed like that today?
I should come up with some really elaborate explanation, but I just wanted to make myself look pretty for you guys.
I can make it easy. He likes to party.
Right up.
Kevin's a party animal.
And
Kevin's
it's
a party animal.
My name is Tim, and I also like to party. No, you don't. You don't party. Nobody parties but me and me. So
I like to party, and by party I mean take naps.
I love to do that. I did 2 of that today, so there's that.
You
All
gotta
right.
fight for your right to party. Damn
There
it!
you go.
Party.
All right, guys, do you want to dive right into this? Are you ready to go?
Let's go.
Get into
I'm ready.
some
Do it.
conversation. All
Do
right,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, give us about 30 seconds, and we will be back with Breaking the Code.
See you then.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Code. One topic, no script. My name is Tim. This guy over here is J-Dubs. Down below is the Ringmaster, Archduke Kevy. And right next to him is the Slab Fairy himself, Sal the Slab Guy. We are ranking MCU movies Phase 3 from worst to best. So get ready for that. As always, we got about a minute and a half worth of business to get out of the way. That gives you plenty of time to get comfortable and ready to rank these movies right along with us. As always, we are on all the socials. All you got to do is type in at the Codex Station, and that is where you will find us, your favorite social media platforms, and right where you are watching us right now. All you got to do is hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow. It definitely helps us bring more content like this to you all the time, every time. We also have a wonderful Patreon. That code is right over there next to Jamie. For the price of a cup of coffee, you get awesome exclusive stuff only available to Patreon members, meeting your favorite hosts, doing exclusive Do You Knows, and so much more. Seeing content before anybody else does. All of that stuff for the price of $3 or $7, your choice. You can help the little podcast that could get even further along. We definitely appreciate it and hope you do. Also, we have the website, if I didn't say it already, thecodexstation.com. Head there for merch, meet the team, so much more. All kinds of cool stuff is going on over there. New bios are coming, new merchandise is on its way. Thecodexstation.com. Jamie and Sal, would you please let everybody know about this week's sponsor for Breaking the Code?
We are proud to say our sponsor is W Energy. Guys, go to w.gg and go pick up your product now. It is by far the best energy drink I've ever had, and I can speak for the team when I say that. And if you use the keyword code -X, COD-X at checkout, you're going to save yourself 10%. And for the reasons why you need to get this sale, let them know.
Well, there's lots of reasons. One is there's no jitters. The second reason is there's no aftertaste. Third thing, there's no crash whatsoever. It is a great, clean energy drink, and you got to check it out.
Fantastic. W.gg, ladies and gentlemen, for W Energy, proud sponsor of Codex. Use keyword code -X to save 10% at checkout. Kevin, it's been a minute or two since you and I have been together. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find you when you're not over here?
All right, good to see everybody. I created a group over on Facebook and Instagram called Comic Character of the Day, where we post a different character and all sorts of geekery revolving around this love that we all share for comic books. And we'd love to have you come over and check it out and join up and become part of our community. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Fantastic. And Sal, last but not least, when you're not doing Codex stuff, what are you doing?
Well, when I'm not here on Codex, you can check me out on Sal's Comic Corner under YouTube. And you can also find me on under Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, at Sal's Comic Corner on YouTube for equally awesome content. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Now, let's get into this. Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 3 rankings. Let's bring up the list here that is currently empty, soon to be filled with contention. Who is first on that list, Sal?
Jamie. I have Jamie first on there.
All right.
All right,
number 11.
Throwing out the hot take as soon as we can. At number 11, I have Spider-Man Homecoming.
Wow.
Ooh.
I'm not surprised by that, though.
No.
Let's do this.
It to me, I'll talk about why more later, but I feel like the whole, until the third movie, it was Batman and Robin in MCU, and it just made me despise it more and more every time I saw it.
Yeah,
You're not wrong. Okay, my number 11, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ooh.
I think that was the weakest of the Phase 3 movies.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Let's do Ant-Man and the Wasp.
There you go. Kevin, you're number 11.
My number 11 is Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, this is gonna be a hard one.
I know.
Oh my god, I can like my stomach's turning thinking about this.
Ooh.
I enjoyed it, but I don't know. It just seemed very soap opera-y, over dramatic. And I don't think that it was really all that necessary of a story to have to tell. I mean, yes, there was points in it that drove the greater narrative, but I in general just thought it was relatively weak in comparison to the rest of the Phase 3 entries.
Fair enough. All right, Sal, number 11, what do you got?
All right, Tim, let's fight. Because I've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at
Are you
11.
kidding me?
I knew it because of the fact that he had the most cell space in the
Oh my lord. Jamie, are we
That could have been anywhere.
are we gonna cut them down now? Like are we
No,
gonna pick our
come on.
11 now, or go all the way through and then do it?
Yeah, we'll do it after.
Okay, Sal, I'll get back to you.
No. Let's throw down
Sounds like
now. Let's
sounds like a
throw
threat.
down now.
How can
Huh?
you put that at the bottom of the barrel?
The soundtrack alone at least deserves like
The soundtrack alone is
9.
what made it like at least on the list. It could have been dropped off the list. It could have been a blank box.
Oh my
here.
god, let's finish this because I'm arguing.
Sandu Hasselfrau, come on.
I don't know. It was a decent movie. I just felt like I don't know. It just didn't push all the buttons for me, and I just
You see
like,
that
whatever.
as the weakest of the phase 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Not that it's horrible. I'm not
Right.
gonna say it's horrible. I've watched it, and I've watched it more than once.
Mhm.
So to say that's pretty impressive right there. If I
Right.
don't like it and I still watch more of it, you got to say that there are some good points in there, but there were not enough for me to have it any higher than at number 11.
Fair enough. Okay. Jamie, unless you got something, we'll come right back to this soon.
Yes. So I'm gonna go with my number 10,
All
and it's
right.
Captain Marvel.
Okay.
All right.
I thought honestly, if it wasn't for Spider-Man, this would be the weakest on mine. I just feel like, especially in the timeline, the only thing that kept it relative was an end credit scene for it,
Mm-hmm.
and it just felt like it wasn't placed right and wasn't needed at the time.
Fair enough. Jamie, I agree with you 100%. My number 10 is Captain Marvel as well.
Wow.
I think it's a forgettable movie through and through.
Mhm.
All right, Kevin, what do you got?
All right. I'm going to be a little bit controversial here and say for my number 10 spot, I'm going to say Captain Marvel.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
The fact that it took place in the 80s was a
90s.
cool, or I'm
90s.
sorry, you're right, 90s was a cool aspect to it. But other than that, it was just
I think I know what our number 10 movie is going to be.
a weak entry. So yeah.
Okay. Very
Sal?
good. All right, for me, I had Thor Ragnarok. At number 10.
Jeez, the
Right?
Ragnarok hate.
Did we
And-
all
and-
see the
and-
same movies?
Yeah.
Yep. And while it has some good points, and I rewatched 2 scenes in this movie, and that's the opening scene where he's fighting Surtur,
Yeah.
and all those
Awesome.
fire demons and everything like that, and you got a kick-ass music to that, and at the very end where he's fighting all the minions of Hela on the Rainbow Bridge, and he's playing some kick-ass music to that.
Very nice.
Everything
Okay.
else could have been edited out. Put those 2 together, done deal.
30-minute
half
movie.
an hour Disney.
There was too
special.
many jokes for me. There was way
agree.
too many jokes for me.
That's
So-
my other point. Yes,
Okay.
totally agree with you there.
Jamie, take us into number 9. What do you got for
All
number
right.
9?
My number 9, I have Doctor Strange.
Ooh,
That's an interesting place for that.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh.
To me, I didn't really care for the movie overall. It was still a good movie. It just it didn't bring me in like I thought it was gonna.
Okay.
Like the CGI and everything was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but I just think overall the storytelling of it was just. Meh.
Right on.
Interesting.
My number 9 is a movie that was an Oscar contender that I don't think deserved to be an Oscar contender,
Ooh.
and that would be Black Panther.
Wow.
Okay, so Black Panther was a solid movie. I do not think it deserved near the hype that it got. I don't think it was that great. But yeah, it was okay. It was number 9 worthy.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Kevin, what'd you got?
Number 9, I'm gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm just not feeling the team that much. I don't know. I mean, yes, I am a bit biased, I admit, because my Guardians of the Galaxy team was Yondu, Major Victory, Charlie 27, those guys. That was
Yeah.
my Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Jim Valentino Guardians.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I admit that that fact that those are no longer the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's all these new guys, might be peppering my taste for it a little bit, but still, I'm just not all that drawn in by this team of the Guardians.
Fair enough. Sal, what about you? Number 9.
All right, for number 9, I got Spider-Man: Homecoming.
He's already got his pre-typed out. He's ready.
I do. So
yeah,
it was okay, but it's just, I don't know. I felt Peter Parker was just too whiny for me, and I know he's not supposed to be all that confident in himself, and he is still a teenager. Just a little too whiny for me.
Fair enough.
That's why he fits in at number 9 for me.
All right, let's go into number 8, Jamie.
All right, number 8, I got Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Wow.
And the only reason it hit that 8 spot was because of the fact of Jake Gyllenhaal's performance as Mysterio.
Agreed. Amazing performance.
I feel like it was better. I mean, I did love Keaton as Vulture. I think the best things that have happened in Spider-Man are the villains, except for Shocker.
Here you go. You're the Shocker now.
Yeah.
What about Morbius? He was a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
My number 8, I put Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I thought it was a solid movie. Right? That's where we're at. Number 8. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, he just put Morbius at number 1 for me.
Oh, fair enough. Done. The contest is over. Yeah, Doctor Strange was solid. The visuals, the visual effects were unreal. The Inception levels of awesomeness in that movie. Benedict Cumberbatch, he did wonderful as Stephen Strange. It was great. It was a good movie. Very good, but number 8 contender only.
Okay.
Kevin?
Yeah, Kevin?
Let's see. For me, I gotta go with Spider-Man: Homecoming. I am as is everybody. I am a big fan of Spider-Man. But I just found him so freaking annoying and whiny that it just took me completely out of it. The movie. I mean, the one scene where like he opens the door or he knocks on the door and it's the Vulture answering the door as his date's dad.
Yeah,
I can completely understand like the intimidation factor there. Other than that, just every scene with Peter was just terrible.
Fair enough. Sal, number 8.
All right, number 8 for me is Far From Home.
Wow.
Spider-Man: Far From Home. Oh. And the only things that really were redeeming on it, like people have said, have been the villains. I thought Michael Keaton was great as the Vulture, so I don't know.
Fair enough. All right, let's go to number 7. Jamie?
At number 7, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Wow.
I thought the introduction of Ghost was great. Overall, like, it was still a funny, good. Paul Rudd just killed it as Ant-Man again. So 7, I think, is the best spot for it.
Yep. Okay. My number 7 is Thor Ragnarok.
Wow.
I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was really, really good. I thought it was it had a wonderful mix of comedy and action and even drama in there. I thought so. I didn't think it was overly saturated with comedy.
You know how you mix like a powdered drink and like you don't go all the way down to the bottom and there's a thing of mush at the bottom? That type of mix you're talking about? Because that's what it was.
Oh, no.
The mush at the bottom.
I thought it was good. It's a movie I enjoyed. I thought Hella was awesome. And
she was.
Yeah, it was good. And Stanley as the hair cutter was
funny.
Was peak Stanley. Yeah.
Are you Thor? God of Hammers?
Jeff Goldblum as who did he play? The Collector?
Yeah. The Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster.
He's a Grandmaster. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, amazing. So that's my number 7. Kevin, what about you?
Okay.
Number 7 for me, I gotta go with Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Wow, you guys are putting that way up there.
I loved Ant-Man and the Wasp. I
Okay.
found it really entertaining. I enjoyed it all the way through, from beginning to end. But it just wasn't as cohesive as some of the other selections on this list. So
Fair enough.
number 7. Yeah.
Sal?
All right. For my number 7, I've got Captain Marvel.
Oh wow,
Ooh. Why do you put it so
So-
high?
that's way
Well,
too.
it's actually that's actually not too high, but I I kind of enjoyed the flashback or the pushback to the '90s with crashing into Blockbuster and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Wearing the 9-inch nail shirt.
Yeah, I kind of like that, and I'll be honest with you, I like the female strong lead. I felt it was a good role. I think she played it a little too dry.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's fine. But I liked, because my daughter kind of liked it too, and she was like, mesmerized by the female lead type of person.
Okay.
So I kind of got to give it credit for that. So that's why
All
it falls
right.
number 7 for me.
Fair enough. There we go. Jamie, take us into number 6.
Number 6, I don't know if Tim's gonna love me or hate me, but I got Guardians Volume 2.
Wow.
That's fair. I
it's
definitely
not.
have Guardians higher than that.
The
Not fair at
soundtrack is
all.
what kept it there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. Soundtrack is good.
My number 6 is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Hmm.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
I thought it
Wow.
was solid, even with the whole buddy cop thing with Tony Stark and Peter Parker. I thought it was a good movie. It was a good start to a solo Spider-Man movie in the MCU. Like Civil War was his cameo. This was his
Right.
first full, right? And it was good. It was a good run. And Michael Keaton is the Vulture, and they even had Shocker in there. Shocker's my favorite Spider-Man villain. I think they
Really?
did him an incredible disservice, but
Yeah.
that's beside the point. That's why it gets number 6.
Okay. Remind me when we start talking about this later. I want to add a tidbit about that.
An addendum. Okay.
Yes. Kevin, what you got?
Number 6 for me is Spider-Man Far From Home. And once again, the reason that score is so high is Mysterio is my favorite Spider-Man villain. And they
Fishbowl.
finally... What's that?
Fishbowl head.
Yes. And they finally brought him into the movie, and we got to see him, and Jake Gyllenhaal absolutely killed it.
Yes.
So
Yeah, he did do a good job.
That scored. That's why that one scored as high as it did for me.
Okay. Sal, round it out.
All right. For my pick, I have Black Panther.
Wow. Okay.
Now, I liked Black Panther, but I will admit to this, I've not really rewatched it. Not whole, not in a complete thing or anything like that. Tidbits here and there. It was a good opening for, I think, a very strong character, and I thought, I don't know, it was just a good opening for, I guess, a good origin.
Gotcha.
Origin story. I'll go with that.
Okay. All right. So that is the lower tier right there. Now we're getting into the top 5.
The goodies.
Jamie, what do you have for number 5?
Number 5, I got Captain America: Civil War.
Ooh, okay. Why does it get the 5 spot?
I think that this was a solid movie. I think it should have been something bigger, where it had almost like an Infinity War Endgame type, where they had those characters to play with, instead of like an 8-on-8 WWE match in an airport.
That
But
was great.
yeah, I really thought though that this was when you saw Spider-Man for the first time in this, and his interaction with Winter Soldier and Falcon and everything else, I was like, I'm in. I can't wait. And then it just disappointed me after it. So number 5 is where it goes.
Okay. Fair enough. My number 5 is Spider-Man Far From Home, and it is mostly based on Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio performance. I think that it's safe to say that is the main point a lot of us have for that here. Jake Gyllenhaal was phenomenal as
Mhm.
Mysterio, and
Mhm.
it was amazing to see a classic Spider-Man villain like that on screen performed in such a way. That's
Yeah.
where Far From Home is for me at number 5.
Fair.
All right, Kevin?
Let's see. For me, number 5, Captain America: Civil War.
Okay.
It set the stage for the greater Marvel Cinematic Universe moving forward. So just for that, I think it was an extraordinary.
I'm sorry. What was the title? I just kind of blanked on what you just said.
Civil
Captain
War.
America:
Civil
Civil
War.
War.
Thank you.
And I think it we wouldn't have some of the better entries moving forward from Phase 3 and Phase 4 if it wasn't for that one. So
Very true.
You gotta give it a little bit of appreciation to the story springboard from that point.
Okay. Sal, you're number 5.
My number 5. Am I on there? Okay, good. Boom. Doctor Strange.
Ooh, okay.
Again, I think it's a solid movie on a origin story. I like the supernatural effect to everything, and it kind of ranked just above Black Panther because I don't know, I feel like the supernatural stuff is a little bit better than what Black Panther was offering, but still a solid movie.
Okay. Fantastic. Jamie, number 4. What do you got?
At number 4, this is gonna probably upset a lot of people, but I got Infinity War.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. Why do you put it at number 4?
I thought it was a great precursor to what was gonna become later on what we've seen. I felt like they missed the chance to explain the Black Order. I feel like they missed there's a lot of shots taken, but a lot of misses to me in this. And yeah, it was cool to start seeing, the Cap and Iron Man kind of bring back together type deal, and then everything with Thanos, but there was no real meat behind it. Like it was just like we were thrown in, and Hulk just got beat up, and that's the Black Order. And you do never really hear him say my Black Order or anything like that.
No.
We really
I never
don't know
knew what they were until after the movie.
Children of Thanos.
That's it. That's really all we got.
Okay, so Infinity War, number 4. My number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Why so high? Jeez.
Because that movie, I think, out of the solo movies,
Excuse
all
me.
that stuff, bless you.
Thank you.
I think that has some of the greatest character development in Drax specifically. The whole movie is good. It's colorful. It's vibrant. The opening scene where they're fighting the monster that feeds off of the Anulex batteries, capillary batteries. That's not what I said. There's so many quotable lines. It's an amazing movie. I think it is on par with the first one. So
wow.
Yep.
That's pretty
okay.
All right.
Kevin?
All right, Kevin, what you got?
Number 4 for me, I got to agree with Jamie. Avengers: Infinity War, number 4.
Okay.
And I gotta say, pretty much for a lot of the same reasons that Jamie mentioned. But I disagree with him. I still think it has more hits than misses. But it's just the appropriate spot for that entry for me, number 4.
All right, Kevin, or not
Yes,
Kevin, Sal. Sorry, round it out, buddy.
All right, here we go. I got Ant-Man and the Wasp at number 4.
Wait,
because it was a solid movie for me. It was solid movie from start to finish. Paul Rudd nails it, and it was just the banter in it alone was great. I mean,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this again.
The Wasp was fighting the guy
Captain America, right?
What? Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's all right. It's cool.
The fight between the Wasp and Ghost was worth the price of admission right there. It was such a cool fight.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. All right.
Wow. This list is something else.
Right?
All right, number 3.
Oh, you got this is where I feel the heat right now because I can already see the numbers of where you guys have yours and where I got mine. Number 3, I got Thor Ragnarok.
Ooh,
Oh, God.
wow.
Okay.
That's
Jeez.
really
Yeah, the
Wow.
reason is I don't think a lot of people look deep into kind of movies, but Thor lost his way, his identity, the
Mhm.
doubt, the ambition, everything.
Yes.
It was like the worst part of him, and for him to have that character driven like arc throughout the whole thing of losing the hammer, his father, trying to be a brother to Loki again. It told a great story to me in that sense.
Between
And
the jokes?
yeah,
That's-
between all the one-liners, because honestly, that's one thing that like I can relate to is like anytime it's a stressful or I have a hard time with something, or if I'm down, I use my one-liners or my jokes or satire to get through it. So
Is Thor
you try to find
Ragnarok a comfort movie for you?
in a sense,
Okay.
it is.
Guardians is that way for me.
Yeah, and it really it's the closest thing for me at that. So I relate to it a lot more.
Fair enough.
That's nice.
Okay.
I actually agree with you a lot about the progression of the character moved the most in that moving the character forward.
You agree? Do you agree enough to change your ranking?
Absolutely not, but I appreciate what you have to say there, Jamie.
Okay, my number 3, I'm going with Avengers Endgame.
Okay.
I think it is a near perfect movie,
Oh,
a
bold.
great finish to 10 years of Marvel movies, but it's not perfect. There were some parts that I didn't really care for too much, but most of it I really, really enjoyed. And we cannot forget the part where Captain America beaten, shield cut in half, all that stuff, picks up the hammer. Every theater in the world went
Yes.
bananas when they saw that. So, and it always brings goosebumps. And then when Spider-Man is in the Iron Spider suit and he says, what line did he say? Something along the lines of,
It smells like a new car in here.
well, yeah, that too. But then,
Don't let the aliens plant eggs in my head.
yeah, but where he's fighting all of Thanos's goons or whatever, and he says, "Suit, kill," and he
Kill
just,
mode.
Activate insta kill.
yeah,
Yeah,
and he
kill.
just goes bananas. That was good too. So yeah, Endgame number 3.
Hell yes.
All right. Okay, all right, Kevin, what you got?
Number 3, Avengers Endgame.
Oh,
The scene where they summon everybody was just
on your left.
it was like one of the coolest moments in cinematic movie history, not even comic book. Just that scene right there. I was like, we've been waiting for this for decades. Hell yes. Perfect. Great.
All
Number
right,
3.
Sal, round us out, buddy. What do you got?
I have Infinity War at this one.
Ooh.
And I have it here because this, to me, it probably could go higher, but you know, like there were some holes, there were some gaps, there were some things I didn't like. But the fact that the heroes lose at the end, they lose. And so far, every Marvel movie up to this point, they've always won.
Star-Lord's line, did we just lose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was
So
heart-wrenching.
that was. So that's why I have it at number 3.
Okay. All right, Jamie, take us into number 2.
Number 2, I have Black Panther. I thought this was one of the best origin stories told to date. It didn't miss anything. They hit on all cylinders on it. I feel like it was a different character, and they didn't just like yes, it was brought in and kind of told about in Civil War, but it's the first time we really got a character where it was just like it felt like it was just that character's movie.
Yes.
It wasn't
Hmm.
besides Claw. It was just
Right.
Black Panther. It wasn't
Yeah.
like Spider-Man, Homecoming, and Iron Man. It wasn't just Captain America and Falcon. It wasn't just all these characters plus one to bring in more attention. It was just Black Panther.
This was just
Mhm.
purely a Black Panther movie.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Fair
My number 2, I am going to go with Captain America Civil War.
Mm.
I think, like The Winter Soldier, this is an amazing Captain America movie. This is Avengers 1.5 for me. There was so much going on, and I think they did the Civil War storyline as much justice as they could have in a cinematic form. Seeing Spider-Man in there in the trailer, and then in the movie itself, whoa, you got a metal arm?
Cool.
Don't you ever shut up? It was amazing. I loved it.
Mhm.
I thought the whole movie was great.
Yes.
It was a wonderful movie, and like you said, Kevin, this was a culmination of certain points, and then leading us into the MCU of the future. And let's not forget Baron Zemo in this.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The scene where Cap smashes Tony's arc reactor. Oh,
Yeah. So good. When they were, all three of them, Winter Soldier, Captain America, and Iron Man, were duking it out and tossing the shield between all three of them. That was amazing.
mhm.
All right. Kevin, you're number 2.
Number 2. Okay, so number 2 and number 1 could be interchangeable for me,
Not today.
but I gotta go with number 2 being, and here's where I get the hate, Doctor Strange. I
Ooh.
thought Doctor Strange was the most true to comic adaptation for an origin story
Okay.
that I've ever seen. It was perfect from page to screen. Benedict Cumberbatch can do no wrong. And
He can't say penguin,
it's-
so
Yeah.
he does wrong.
Where did
Okay.
that come from?
You ever? There was an interview. I'm sorry, it just popped in my head.
Oh my
Oh,
Is
god.
that his solution? Okay, there we go.
the penguins.
He says it penguin.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That came out of
That's cool.
nowhere.
All right.
I remember that interview. That was funny.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch can do mostly no wrong, but
He's got 99
slaughtered.
problems, and Penguin's one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
He slaughtered as Stephen Strange. I thought it was great. And the arc, the progression from like arrogant schmuck to maybe I don't know, a little bit more humility was very natural, and that I think wanted a huge upgrade for me. It could have been a very like it doesn't quite fit way of doing it, but just the way they handled it with him just going from like, okay,
Mhm.
I obviously have a lot more to learn was just made that movie so great for me.
Okay. Sal, number 2. I'm curious.
I got Civil War at number 2.
Oh, tell us
I
why.
I love this movie. It just worked for me. I was not bored. I didn't go, huh? And any part of this movie. And to me, it could almost be interchangeable with number 1 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Okay. So let's do it. Number 1, Jamie. What do you
Right.
got?
Endgame. It's
Why?
Endgame, and it's because of the fact that it was a culmination of 22 movies spanning a decade, and we got everything we asked for, and we got every character finally on screen. We got that together. We got Howard the Duck in there too. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. Just the on your left sequence, the Thanos at the beginning. I mean, and the one thing that really drives it is finally seeing Ronan. Like that character progression through the whole time, and then finally realizing what happened to Clint, like that was amazing. And then that same thing with Black Widow.
When he said, "Don't give me hope."
Yeah, don't do that. Don't give me hope.
That was powerful.
I thought everything in that movie. I mean, yeah, it has some flaws, but those are negated going towards it. And we had Fat Thor, so
Big Lebowski Thor.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
my number one, as much as I loved Endgame and Civil War, I think that Infinity War is one of the perfect Marvel movies. We had been, like you said, Jamie, with Endgame. This was me with Infinity War. We had been waiting so long to see all of these characters on screen together, and the the emotional roller coaster going through all of this. The death of Gamora, that
Mhm.
was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And when they're standing there at the edge of the cliff and Thanos is shedding the tears and she's like, tears, really? And Red Skull is like, they're not for him. They're
Hmm.
for you. Whoa. And then chucks her off.
Oh.
God, the whole thing. And with Star-Lord, the did we lose line. And when Thanos and Tony Stark are duking it out and he gets stabbed in the side, the whole movie was unbelievable. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Infinity War, number one. I'm going to watch
The,
it
Okay.
right after we're
the
done.
the fact that they had the Red Skull as the guardian of
Yes.
the Soul Gem at all, it's just like, oh shit!
Yeah, right. They brought him back. That's amazing.
Right.
There he
It
is.
was very cool.
All right, Kevin, you're number one. What do you see as
Through-
number one
Through
for?
process of elimination, I got to go with Black Panther. It was such an important movie,
Okay.
culturally as well as just. Speaking of soul, I think that out of all of the movies, Black Panther had the most heart and soul out of everything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Period.
That movie, it's your number one. That is amazing. That is wonderful. That movie just did not hit with me.
That's
To each their own. That's why we're ranking them.
right.
Yeah.
But that's just my take.
Fair
on it.
enough. No, that's great. That's amazing. Sal, what do you got?
All right, for my number one, I got Endgame. And pretty much for every reason that Jamie just mentioned mentioned before me, it's the culmination of 10 years of movies worth, and
Yes.
there's just too many scenes in this movie that just are just epic.
Yeah.
But I'm going to disagree with one of them, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man turning on insta kill for his suit. I don't like that.
You didn't
that's
like
not,
that?
That's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man
It's
doesn't go to
not
kill.
Spider-Man.
It's not Spider-Man to me.
It was
Spider-Man
cool,
is-
but
it's,
you sounds right. It wasn't Spidey.
it's not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
Okay?
get that. I get that.
So I mean, but still, I could overlook it because drastic times call for drastic measures, type of thing.
The
And,
fate of the world is at stake.
it's the fate of the universe.
Hey, Peter, you
No
mind
pressure.
if I take that for a little while?
No pressure.
By all means, go ahead, Captain Marvel. See you later.
Yeah, I know. And he was still kind of windy, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, come on.
All right. Let's get into this, guys. Grab your shovels and pitchforks. Let's start at number 11.
All right.
So we can just
we can make this a little easier. And so number 10, we could obviously pick Captain Marvel.
right.
We could just make this completely easy and just all agree with my choices and just call it a night.
Well,
Yeah, but then that would be
We're
wrong.
not doing it.
okay. So Spider-Man: Homecoming, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Thor: Ragnarok, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let's take a look at Homecoming. Jamie, state your case. Why is that down at the bottom?
It wasn't Spider-Man. The three movies were not Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Until the very end of what was it? No Way Home.
Got it.
There was no. I'm sorry. It's like for you, Zeb Wells wrote this.
Understandable. So you see this as a null and void Spider-Man movie.
I see this as an Elseworld movie.
Got it. Okay. Ant-Man and the Wasp, for me, I see that as the weakest of all the MCU movies. I personally think that this is a forgettable movie. I've only seen it once. I have no real desire to see it again. That's my take. Kevin, Thor: Ragnarok, why 11?
Thor Ragnarok. I'm sorry for anybody who has voted this higher, but for me, it was hard to sit through. I found like my attention span wandering. I just couldn't sit through it and take it very seriously. Um, the fight scenes were great, but everything else was just kind of like. Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted. What's going on?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how I felt, Kevin. That's how I felt.
Okay, now Sal, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Why at the bottom? Come on.
It's not that, like I said, it's not that it's horrible. It's just forgettable. I couldn't care less if I could watch this again or not. If it was showing on TV, I don't even think I would stop on it. I would just try to find something else on.
So
It's
you
just-
feel the same way about this that I do about Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yes.
Okay, understandable. So Jamie, how are we going to do this, man? Show of hands? What should stay? What should go?
Everyone's got their own choice here,
Fair enough.
but I might
I
help
could
out.
I could flip my my 11 and 10 spot. I could put Thor Ragnarok at the bottom and move Guardians up one spot.
I mean, I'm willing to come down on Ant-Man, but I can't lose Thor. Thor's got to be higher. I feel like
Okay,
it's just too important.
so let's do this. Show of hands. Who thinks No Way Home or Homecoming should be at 11? Show of hands. We got two.
So 11.
So we're divided. Show of hands. Who thinks Ant-Man and the Wasp should be at the bottom? Okay, so take Ant-Man and the Wasp out. I'm the only one that feels that way, so it's not going to be there. Thor Ragnarok. Who feels that should be at the bottom? Show of hands. Got two. So we're in the middle on that.
All
And
right.
then Guardians of the Galaxy. Who thinks that should be at the bottom? You guys. Kevin, are you doing that just to be silly?
No. Honestly, out of all the ones that were mentioned, I am fine with any of those being brought
Okay.
up to number 11.
So Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'm the only one that agreed with that. So my vote doesn't count there as far as that is concerned. So
I'll do this as one time,
Okay.
and I'm only doing this once. This whole list, I will sacrifice Thor. I will put Thor at 11 then.
So
For-
that seals it right
Really?
there. Then that's 3 out of 1. 3 against
As much
one.
as I love it, like I can see where you guys are coming from, but it's always going to be on my top 5 on this.
In our
That's
hearts.
cool.
All
But
right.
since everyone had it so low, I'm like, might as well.
There it is. Or Ragnarok. Okay. So that's 11 and 10 covered right there. So let's move to number 9. So now we've got Spider-Man Homecoming from Sal, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 from Kevin, Black Panther for me, and Doctor Strange for Jamie. Now, I think it's safe to say that my vote for Black Panther at number 9 is not going to fly because you guys all have it a lot higher than that. So I'm willing to back out of this race. You can go ahead.
I'd put Spider-Man Homecoming at 9.
I could do that. I could agree with that. Sal, Kevin, what do you guys think?
Well, I've got Homecoming at number 9.
Okay,
So-
That's what I'm
that's
saying. So
3.
it's,
Kevin?
I can acquiesce.
All right, then there's Spider-Man Homecoming at number 9. Moving right along. Okay, so number 8, we've got Spider-Man Far From Home, Doctor Strange, Homecoming, which is out, and then Far From Home. So we've got 2 for Far From Home and 1 for Doctor Strange. I think it's safe to say that Far From Home is taking the number 8 spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, there we go. So now
I
we
don't
got
want
that.
Guardians being that high on the list.
You don't get a choice. Well, you do, but we all get a vote.
Hey.
All right, number 7. We are at Ant-Man and the Wasp. Thor Ragnarok is out. Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's what it's looking like. Is Ant-Man and the Wasp for
Yeah.
number 7.
I'll concede.
Fair enough. There we go. Yep, because Captain Marvel's our number 10. Now, let's get to number 6. Guardians 2, Homecoming is out, Far From Home is out, Black Panther. That's what we
Okay.
got to fight with.
I'm going to say that I think everyone can agree because where everyone had Guardians of the Galaxy and where Tim's got Guardians of the Galaxy, I have that sweet spot. It's not in the top 5, but it's not 7 to 10. or 7 to 11. I think that'd be the perfect spot for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I will concede and let it sit at the 6th spot. I'm happy with that.
All right,
Okay.
I'll let it go too.
Okay, fair enough. Right in the middle, where it needs to be, hugging everybody. There we go. Okay, so number 5, we've got Civil War, Far From Home, which is out, Civil War, and Doctor Strange. So it looks like Civil War is our number 5.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like. Yep. Because my vote's out for Far From Home, and Doctor Strange is the only one, but Civil War had 2. So there we go. Let's move on to number 4. We have Infinity War. Guardians is out, Infinity War, and Ant-Man and the Wasp. So it looks like Infinity War is our number 4. Yeah. All right. It's stacking up pretty good. Number 3, Thor Ragnarok, Endgame, and Infinity War. So it is looking like I wouldn't do that just yet. At number 1, we've got 2 votes.
2 for Endgame.
So hold fast there. So what do we have right now? Thor Ragnarok is out.
Yeah, and so is Infinity War.
We got Civil War, Black Panther, and Endgame.
Civil War is our number 5. I would put Black Panther at number 3. I'd be fair with that if you guys are.
Well, Doctor Strange? Yeah, Doctor Strange is still up there. Ooh, so Doctor Strange, Infinity War, and Endgame are the 3 we have to choose from.
Okay, so here's
Infinity War is already here at 4. Yeah, I thought.
Oh, so not Infinity War. There's
Black Panther, Doctor Strange, and Endgame. This is my opinion. I think Doctor Strange is a stronger movie than Black Panther.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Black Panther number 3?
I go with that.
Okay. Doctor Strange number 2?
All right.
And then Jamie, tell us what our number 1 is.
Endgame.
Oh, there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's run through this list one more time so that way you guys know what our 11s to 1 is as a team here on Codex. Right. Number 11, we have Thor Ragnarok. Number 10, we have Captain Marvel. Number 9 is Spider-Man Homecoming. Number 8 is Spider-Man Far From Home. Number 7 is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Right in the middle is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 at number 6. Number 5 is Captain America Civil War. Number 4 is Avengers Infinity War. Number 3 is Black Panther. Number 2 is Doctor Strange. And number 1 is Avengers Endgame. That's a good, solid list.
That seems pretty well-rounded and fair to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That looks good. I can wholeheartedly agree with that list.
Oh,
yes.
Sweet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for sitting with us through all of that. That was an awesome time.
That was tough.
Yeah. We got Phase 4 coming up next week, and that is going to be even more difficult.
And then we go into the finals.
That's right. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we're not doing the television series right now. We're just focusing on the movies, the TV shows we're going to do in their own segment.
Daredevil number 1.
Not the Netflix shows. That's not part of the MCU. Oh, okay. Is it? Or was it established?
It's canon. It's canon.
It's canon now.
Oh, okay.
Daredevil number 1.
All of this. I agree. Okay, we don't have to do it. So She-Hulk number 1. Got it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much once again for being here tonight. It has been awesome and amazing. Once again, my name is Tim. This guy over here is J-Dubs. Down below is Archduke Kevy. Right over there on either side of him is Sal, the Slab Guy. You know where you can find us. You know where you can find everybody. It is on all the socials right there at the Codex Station, favorite social media platform, favorite live streaming that you're watching us on right now. We are on a new one. Jamie, what would that be?
Kick Streaming. Go check us out there. Give us a follow. I am going to start gaming on that and Twitch as well. So
right on. What's your first game going to be?
I'm going to run through all the original Pokemon games and try to collect them all and see what we can do, because I never really did all that, and I was like, that'd be kind of cool to do, and it won't mess up with my computer. So
nice. I am looking forward to that. So there you go, guys. Check that out. Also, don't forget, we got the website. It is thecodexstation.com. All you got to do is head over there for merch, meet the team, and so much more. All your Codex needs in one spot. Every link for everything we are at You can find it there on thecodexstation.com. Also,
Very
don't
cool.
don't forget this week's sponsor, that is Dubby Energy. Jamie, what do they need to do?
All you gotta do is go to w.gg. Go get your W Energy. I'm telling you right now, you guys do not want to miss out on this product. It is amazing, and you can save yourself 10% on all of your orders using the keyword code -X, the CODE-X at checkout. And Sal can tell you why to go buy this right now.
Oh, well, you got to go buy it because there's no bad aftertaste. There's no sugar jitters. There's no bad crash afterwards. So you got to get this energy drink.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, W Energy, W.GG, keyword code -X to save 10% on your order. Kevin,
Yo.
Ringmaster, where can people find you when you're not doing Codex stuff?
Well, if you guys are not checking out the Codex station, I would recommend that you come over to either Facebook or Instagram or both and check out Comic Character of the Day, where we post a different character and anything geeky that we all love regarding this hobby of comic book collecting. We'd love to have you come and check us out, give us your input, and join our family.
There you go. Sal, one more time, where can people find you when you're not doing Codex stuff?
All right. When I'm not here on Codex and Archduke is not being the remaster, you can find me on YouTube as the Sal's Comic Corner and under Instagram as the Slab Guy 77.
That is the wrong thing. It is this one
I know.
right here.
There you go. Thank
God
you.
almighty. It's
That's
late,
all right.
ladies and gentlemen. So
It
there is that. Sal's Comic Corner. Go check it
Sal's
out for
Comic Corner.
awesome content, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Tim. This guy is J-Dubs. Down below is the ringmaster himself, Archduke Kevy, and right next to him is Sal's Slab Guy. This is Breaking the Code, and we will see you next time.
Next time.
Thank you.